Hello students, in the previous chapter we have learned about the transport of substances in plants. Today we will do the next part, that is transpiration. The absorption of water by the roots is a continuous process, as a result of which plants absorb a large quantity of water. You must have observed that the gardener of your school waters the plants every day. Sometimes during summers we need to water the plants even twice a day. We all know that during summer we need too much of water. Similarly, plants also need much water. Does the process of photosynthesis utilize all the absorbed water? So if we give the water to the plants, does the plant use the full water given to them? No. But what happens to the excess water? If plants do not get enough water, their leaves and flowers tend to droop down. We call it wilting. This is because they transfer water at a higher rate than the rate at which they absorb water. Consequently, their leaves and flowers do not have enough water and they lose turgidity and wilt. If plants do not get enough water, it's a common sense that the leaves and flower will droop down, isn't it? Now the excess water that we give to the plants are absorbed by the plants is lost to the atmosphere by evaporation. So what is where the excess water, what happened to the excess water? The plants give out that excess water by evaporation. A leaf can transpire its own weight of water in less than 1 hour. A tree transpires water equivalent to 100 times of its weight in its lifetime. Transpiration is the main pulling force that causes the absorption of water through plant roots and transportation through xylem. The loss of water through the process of transpiration creates a deficiency of water in the transpiring leaves. So as the leaf transpire, so there is a deficiency of water in the plants. Their cells absorb water from the neighboring cells by osmosis. So when the level of water becomes small, they just absorb the water from their neighboring cells. This form a continuous chain through xylem of the stem reaching to the roots. Thus the roots absorb water when then transported throughout the plant. As the rate of transpiration decreases or increases, does the rate of the absorption of the roots. Now the green plants have stomata as respiratory. We all know that stomata are the respiratory organs of the plants, and how they help. Stomata help in the transpiration of water when they open to take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Similarly, lenticulates that is present in the stem of the plants, they are also the sites of transpiration. That means transpiration also causes from there. Now here is one experiment given, that is demonstration of the process of transpiration in plants. In this experiment what we have to do, that is take a potted plant and then we have to cover the potted plant with a bell jar, and after that what we have to do, we have to with a polythene sheet to prevent the, we have to just put a polythene sheet over here. After that we will see that small droplets of water are there. When we will put a polythene sheet over the plant, there will be no transpiration, and when we will remove the polythene sheet, we will see droplets of water. That means the plant transpire. Similarly, if we take a potted plant over here, see here is leaves, we covered the leaves with a polythene, and here is no leaves. Here also we have put a polythene. We will see that water droplets here where the leaves are present, but here is no droplets of air. That means leaves help in transpiration. The leaves transpire. So it is given leaves are the site of transpiration. So this is up to the transpiration part. In next class we will do the rest of the chapter. So till then, thank you students. If you like my videos, then please like, share and subscribe to get the latest update videos. Till then, thank you.